So I'm unfortunately just having Hippolyta just slam herself into the walls of Aachen because she's the best I've got until I get anything stronger. I'm actually pretty impressed with Germany here, but it's that wonder, that science. I mean, they're doing. I'm ahead of them now, but they've really spent time on their defense. I'm impressed. I like it.
It's they've got enough tech. Have they got Renaissance walls up, or are they on medieval?
Yeah.
Medieval. Yeah.
Well, no, medieval. Yeah.
That's tough. It's the thing, because again, it's like combat in this game. By the time you dragged your units halfway across the map, everything's out of date, and you just think, oh, painful. Oh dear. Okay, that era has disappeared. I don't know where that's gone. What are we doing here? I think I might build the Ruhr Valley, because there comes a point in every game where you just have to. So let's go and do that. Oh yeah, that. I had a great engineer that boosted wonders, and he gave me approximately 1 turn's worth of effort there. I feel like he could have done better.
Oh, good. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well done for trying is the result on that one, but... Hang on, let's get this. Lovely stuff. Okay.
It's good to want things.
Now? Yeah. I am desperately behind on the old era score here. It's the problem, you have one good era, and you get all confident, and then it all goes horribly wrong from there.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Oh, hello. I saw that. That was a beautiful thing. That is a trebuchet that is, unfortunately for you, stuck in a truffly filled mountain hole of no return.
It got me a point.
Oh, that is awful. I wish you could move units through city centres like that. That feels so harsh when you can't.
It is a shame that trebuchet. That's okay, and now it's going to cost me money to keep it stuck there.
That's like too much like real life. Where stuff like that happens.
I know.
We have the advantage here. We have the advantage. Hang on. What is going on with luxuries? I feel like there are some duplicates. I've got a lot of truffles, incense, but I have so many immunities, it's ridiculous. So if there's something, should we go for jade? We've both got a double thing of jade.
We've both got jade. Let's do that.
Let's do that. That might work well.
And then city center, do you think?
Yeah, I've just put a couple of new cities down actually, so that might work for me.
Nice.
Let's do that. I've got a bunch of votes. That feels like the sort of thing that would work. Wonderful. We now have, I think we've got, did we have 6 points before? I might have a few more now.
I think it went through. I lost all my Diplo favor. Yeah, we're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
There we go. So we are now actually on, 6 Diplo points. That's pretty good. Not bad. I don't know how it does the team Diplo victory, but I must do it somehow. So what you can see, if you look through the city I like to call your death volcano city, is the railroad is coming. I am building a railroad right across your empire into the front line. It may take
that is very exciting.
Some time.
we have begun the Ursa Ryan Railroad Simulator.
Exactly. You can see it in first person. It is literally this slow to watch and do. But there we go. It's wonderful. Oh, you get offered wonders to build in 5 turns. I don't even know what I'm building at this point, but I'm going to build it. Yes, I'll build the Forbidden City as well. Go on then. Do it.
Would you mind terribly if I stole suzerainty of a cad?
Oh, go for it. I think I was on autopilot when I saw that, so please do.
Ah, delightful. That experience, I think, will come in handy.
Yes. They are a good one, actually. Very good one. No, I can never pronounce it. Ngazagamu? They, I think, still have to be my favourite. The being able to buy units for a fraction of the cost. It's
very good.
Delightful.
It's very, very good.
Oh, I forget about these culture bombs every time, and every time I see one, it just makes me smile. They are wonderful.
I do not know if you pronounce the N at the beginning of the name or not, but I pronounce it because it's there, you know. And I don't know any better.
It doesn't matter how I say it, I will say it wrong. I think it's just part of just the assumption of what's happening these days. I'll roll with it. I'll give it a go, and it'll probably be wrong. Oh, it's the I find, weirdly enough, it's the Greek stuff I find the most difficult to pronounce. Anything with that sort of old European pronunciation, deceptively difficult. I think it's because obviously I feel like I should be able to say it easily, but I never can.
That can make sense to me, yeah.
Oh dear, there is a great scene of death up north, but Galileo has managed to get to his mountains, so that's all fine. Right, hang on. Where are we going? We're going to the biosphere. Let's just rush this through like so. Got castles, wonderful. So you've got Lahore, you've got Akkad, but you don't have Samarkand or Hunza, so I'm going to nab those. And
I think you should take them. I think you should have them.
Thank you.
All right, that's Golden Age.
That is number one. Oh yes, this is good. I'm 1 point off, I think. Which, considering I was 10 points off last turn, I don't know how that happened, but I've learnt better than to question it. I'm just going to say yes. Absolutely. So far, I have spent about 2,000 gold on military engineers, but I regret nothing.
I love it. I think I have generals that are probably irrelevant at this point. Medieval and Renaissance. I think I've still got Renaissance. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely. What is Hercules doing here? You're going to rush that. It's a pointless rush, but it's fun.
How are you feeling about the end of the season pass? Do you have ideas for going forward? Similar to what you asked me earlier. I know you did an update video recently, but I just don't know if you've reflected more since then, or stuff has come up, or what.
I think it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they put more stuff out. I mean, the season pass, it felt like, to me, in my uneducated ways of actually not being involved in the process at all, but it felt like they designed it as a little bit of a last hurrah, like a sort of let's throw all the ideas, do all the stuff we didn't want to do, we were thinking about doing. Let's just do it all. And I think maybe it went down much better than they were expecting. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up doing more and pushing the boat out further, because it just felt like it went down really well. I mean, what they did, taking all the old civs and really giving everybody a boost and a refresh, I think was a stroke of genius. I really do, because it brought so many people back to the game, especially people who, maybe didn't pay for the DLC, because, I mean, let's face it, Civ is probably one of the most expensive games you can pay outside of an annual subscription, because it is. I mean, we must have spent, I dread to think how much we probably spent from start to finish, but it's so I can see them going, you know what, actually, let's keep this going and let's see how far we can run this thing. So I don't know, if they continue to play it, then I probably will keep on it for a little bit, I would say. But at some point it's going to finish, and that is something to think about. I don't know what we'll end up doing really at that point, because it'll be very much an end of an era, won't it? I think humankind is probably going to be up there with possibilities of whether we take stuff on or not.
I'm really excited about that one. I really am.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about humankind.
Absolutely loved Endless Legend. It was a wonderful game and had some really, really fantastic ideas. Having a game. I don't know if did you play much of it when it was out?
A little bit. I played a little bit of it, although I don't have the most accurate memories of that. I haven't played in a while. I've mostly just been playing almost Civ exclusively for a long time.
And so you should. It was a wonderful game. It was very 4X, but fantasy. So sort of not high fantasy, but like a sort of magic and swords and shields and all kinds of bits and pieces like that, which was very entertaining. But there were some great things with the map was a thing of beauty. It was this sort of, if you scrolled away from the map, then it became this sort of handwritten, tea-stained parchment map of what you were looking at, which was just gorgeous. I really, really wish Civ had stolen something like that. The whole settling in a region and taking whole regions rather than settling around a map. Again, there's a huge amount of I think great ideas in that one. There was a lot to be said for it. I admittedly haven't really watched much with Humankind at the moment. So what was the game you keep mentioning? Old World, did you say?
Old World. Yeah, and I really am a big fan of it already. I really do recommend it. And I've it's a different. It's similar but different, and it has more of a role play element to it, which I think is nice. You actually have a family. You're not Teddy Roosevelt from 4000 BC to 2050 CE.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe the thing is that Civ has always been a game that's gelled really well for me. I get it, which is a nice thing, because it is a very complicated game, and you take that for granted quite a lot. But I've tried playing Hearts of Iron, which I loved as an idea. Like, there's a game, it was a beautiful game, and I really enjoy it, and it's fantastic. But my God, is it difficult?
Yeah, it's very, very complex. Now there is there's something to be said though. These are very different games, and Hearts of Iron is definitely a grand strategy game in the way that Civ is not. And I think that even though Civ is complex, I think it is slightly more approachable in a way.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because it's just granular enough, It's just complicated enough.
I mean, this is proof. There are modes of Civ for everyone that you can play in a very relaxed way, which is nice. I feel like Hearts of Iron, and even like Crusader Kings is another one that I know a few of my friends absolutely love it. And I've never really got involved in that one. Maybe I should, but that always feels incredibly difficult for me. Maybe it's, I'm sure it'll probably be fine. Oh, Arkan's gone. Well, I looked away and it's, so what? You've got bombards. There we go. That's what changed. They've put up Renaissance walls, but I feel like it's too late. Too late for them.
I think things are happening now.
Yeah, well, this is going to be interesting, because I'm starting to pick up now on the old culture. It keeps flicking in and out as to whether or not it thinks I'm winning a culture victory, but obviously you're taking people out now, so I think it's going to be a race between who gets there first, and I think you're winning at the moment.
It's funny, we're accidentally playing against each other.
I know. I know, it's always the way, isn't it?
So this general, I just got this general that is always paradoxical in every game. Gustavus Adolphus seems like a fantastic general to get at this point in the game, but I could also just get a free bombard. And it's such, the analysis paralysis is so difficult.
Yep. Would you rather have 2 bombards or 1 better bombard? What would you prefer? And yeah, you're right. I don't think there's a correct answer to it. Oh my
Now I
goodness, there are
wonder,
some hills around here that my military engineers are struggling with. Thank goodness I went for logistics. Okay, right, we're getting there now. You can see where we've got to. It's creeping its way around.
I'm very excited.
Well, hopefully it'll help with the reinforcement line, if nothing else. In fact, now here's the thing: I could get the twins now, or I could hold off. It's 5 turns away and they'll be stronger, so I'll hold off, I think.
Yeah.
I've also hit that point where, again, settling I just feel is a bit pointless. Although, actually, I don't know about you, but classical start games, you do feel like the cities are just a little bit better, which is quite nice. The districts aren't quite as expensive. Which
it's,
I think
yeah, it's nice. You know, there's something about turn 1. I truly do think that the first 50 turns of Civ, I think they are the most interesting for me.
Yeah.
I think they're the turns that I really enjoy the most. You know, I feel like that's when the game is really taking its shape.
Yeah, I could see that. I think, I just renewed the alliance. I do get that. I think maybe my experience of the whole thing is tainted a little bit by, because obviously I play a lot of deity mode, and the beginning of the game is the most brutal. So it's not until the end of the game when you actually start to feel like I've actually done something with this game and it's a good thing. I don't know, maybe. But
well, and when you're playing the those massive games that you play, when you're playing with 20 to 40 civs, I mean, there's just, it's a completely different game in the late game. It's just massive. It's crazy,
Yeah.
And so I can see that.
Yeah, weirdly enough, often the big games can be the easiest. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's all about getting that snowball. And when you are on a huge map like that, often the snowball can be just incredibly efficient. At just sort of getting things going, and before you know it, you're just absolutely flying through the game. It's amazing how it can stack up. There we go, Magnus. I've got vertical integration. Nice. So my second city's got 91 production, and my capital's up to 130 now, which is doing all right. I cannot complain about that. At some point, I really should build an army and come and help out. But instead, I'm going to ignore all that and get a Theatre Square Festival.
Instead, I won't.
Instead, I shall have a party. And everyone is invited. It'll be wonderful. Up you go. Oh, I hate. Sorry, petty problem. Have you know the thing where you pick up a wonder or something that gives you an extra policy card, and it decides in its infinite knowledge to take the whole turn, where none of your cards are effective. So like if you have logistics on or something, then all of your movement is just grinds to a halt because the policy card doesn't work as long as you're in a position where you've got 1-3 card slot. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it does. It's rather annoying.
Yeah, that's a pet hate of mine. I just feel like I'd rather just you did that at the end of the turn. Oh no, right, hang on. Sorry, railway building has come to a grinding halt. There we go, because of logistics, they all got stuck. And also, I can't build railways in your districts, which I find annoying. So I'm having to build them all the way round.
Oh, that is a nuisance.
As you can see from Nigera, did you ever play Heroes of Might and Magic? Specifically number 3.
I didn't. I've heard of it vaguely, but I never played it myself.
Oh, it's one of those ones that's a rite of passage. It's so old now. I have a feeling at one point I must have had a floppy disk game with Heroes of Might and Magic on it. But
I'll have to check it out.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's one of those 2D map. You run around, you pick a faction, you build troops, you go and attack things, and invariably it's one of those games that you the game builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and you have a fantastic game building this big army until you hit another person with an equally big army, and then you all fight, everyone dies, and there's no way to get back into the game if you lose. So it's just you hope that one big battle is gonna go really well for you.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you did that whole siege without Crusade. It was it's quite something.
So it's positioning,
Yep.
and just staying where you need to stay when you need to stay there, and pushing when you can push. And of course, being Gaul helps.
Yep. It's when
I
you
like
should have
these.
picked Russia, and then you just push in all situations.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, exactly.
Throw people at the situation. It'll be fine.
But yeah, I really do. I like these small, highly promoted armies tightly packed together that you can field as Gaul. Because I like on a domination game, I do kind of like having small armies. 3 or 4 melee units. 4 or 5 ranged and sieged. I like a small army.
Yeah.
And it's so much more fun with Gaul.
They are really, really good fun. I do enjoy them. I just again, I said it before, the smile on your face every time you get a culture bomb with a mine, because I always forget that bit, and it's always lovely to see.
But no, there's civilizations like Korea, for instance, which I know for a fact are objectively strong in the game. Like, I know that they are technically powerful. I don't have near as much fun playing them as I do someone like Gaul, right? Or the Polish culture bomb, right? I think, and Khmer now, right? I think there's just something satisfying about a culture bomb. It just feels good.
Yeah. Again, it feels like the sort of thing which is tough, because you play it on single player and you do it to an AI and they hate you forever, and you think, it's more cheeky than it is a bad thing. Like, don't be like that. Come on, it's fine. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's a horrible thing to do. I don't know. But this railroad is gorgeous. Right, can we get it to the front line before you've killed everybody though? Now there is a couple of units. Would you mind just shifting that horse that's just between Adrianople and VektorCat?
Oh yes, sure. Yes, I think Bibract is accurate.
I think so.
Oh, that's right.
My audience would absolutely agree with that. Delightful. There we go. Right. You move to that. Oh, wonderful. Right, here we go. The railroad continues. Excellent stuff. Okay, I've got 62 strength Hercules is on his way. He's only got 10 turns, but he can bash his head against something and then disappear. How are we? You know what? I haven't actually checked in on any of the stats here. Let's have a look. So, we're on 39 and 34 techs as opposed to 28 and 28. That's quite something. So we're very much winning on that one. Technically, I have 1 more diplomatic point than you, but we're on the same as a team, which I quite like actually. You vote as teams. Makes a lot of sense.
Better success rate as well.
Yeah. I really enjoy this team play. This has been really good fun actually. The extra visibility just alone is good fun.
Yeah, I thought if you hadn't done it before, you would enjoy it. I rather love Teams multiplayer. Sinbad, if he wanted to, could come have some fun with Germany and Rome.
Oh, that's a good point. Hang on. I believe he took a retirement, but I can give him back. Oh, hang on. Are we going to do it in a couple of turns? Let's do it in 2 turns, and then I'll bring him back, and he'll be on more power than before.
Oh, that'll be good, yeah.
No one will stand against him.
Nobody expects the Sinbad Inquisition.
Sin good, if you know what I mean. Let's put the water park there. Lovely stuff. We can splish splosh around. You're taking over the known world. I'm building a water park. It's all what we needed to do. It's fantastic. I love these oppidums, I must say. They are just delightful.
It's a great little district, isn't it? It's hard, for me. I think my favorite unique in the game might be the Kothon, if I had to pick. But the Oppidum is right there up there with it. I mean, the Oppidum is so good.
It is. Yeah, I do. Oh, that is a good. The old Lavra. I did cry a little when they changed it, but
Interesting. I thought the changes they made were actually a really they balanced Russia, but in an elegant way. I didn't feel like they were totally abused.
It was more just because I think they were just so powerful. Like, Russia was always the reliable, ridiculous game you could have. There's always an element of me that's a little bit like, no. It's like an old friend going, less than, it was definitely a good thing to do. Absolutely.
Right.
But doesn't make it less painful when it happens.
No, I understand. I mean, they truly were. I mean, it was easy pick for, I believe they were the best civilization in the game, hands down.
Yeah, I agree with that. I very much agree with that. I mean, they were just, it was those early great writers, and they had so much culture at the beginning of the game, and even just still now, the extra terrain, being able to reliably get your city working good tiles from turn one is a huge thing. It makes such a difference.
I like that they're still strong, but now, they're not automatically the best. It's more up for debate.
I wish that there was a little bit more flexibility in how civs are set up, though.
Because, I do too, actually. Yeah. I would like more mix and match.
There was. Did you ever play much of the space civ? What was that called?
Beyond Earth. Yeah.
Beyond Earth. I quite liked it. It got a universal panning, but there were. It was a good game in a lot of ways, and I very much enjoyed certain parts of the game. I loved the idea that cities took a little bit of time to get going. So you put a city down and it would take a few turns to actually think about itself and go, right, hang on, give me a sec. Like 5 turns as its borders opened, and then it would do something useful afterwards. I quite liked that. I felt satisfying, but you used to be able to select in that game, like, what do you want your starting settlers to take with them? And you could choose, like, do you want them to take a builder? So all of your capital would start with the builder, or you could start with extra population, or a bit of extra gold, or an extra tile or two. Like, and you used to be able to just select those things no matter who you were. And I liked that. I thought it felt quite useful.
Yeah. Well, that's a similar thing that I enjoy about humankind is that you don't actually start as a civilization. You start scouting about and picking on deer in the most brutish way.
Absolutely. Sorry, I've got to that point in the game where all I'm doing now is buying cultists.
Oh, no worries. Why are you over here, James of St. George? This is bizarre.
He keeps moving. He's not happy wherever he is. So we've got invention, we've got frescoes. It's all very exciting. I'm going to get Raj. I don't know why I didn't have that. Lightning warfare. I don't need that. No, come on now. Don't be silly. Don't be like that. Let's go for levy en masse. I don't know why I'm paying so much money for troops, but I am. 15 turns for a culture victory. Apparently.
Oh dear.
I believe that.
The race is on.
Don't know if I entirely believe that, but you never know.
Don't mind me if I start cheekily building some theater squares.
Do you mind just shifting your line inventory just for a second, please?
If he's got them... Yeah, we can do that. There we go. Good.
Thank you. This is the messiest railway I've ever built. So, I'm just having a look. You've got some really... Oh, you're doing commercial hub investment. That's interesting. Decided to pick up a couple merchants.
I just don't like running out of gold. It's a mistake that I made early on in multiplayer. I try to prevent it now. You unlock all this tech and then it doesn't mean anything because you can't upgrade. And it can make your turns faster. I mean, at this stage of the game, these cities, I don't really need them to do much. You know, I just need to keep feeding the war machine at this point.
Because that's the thing. If you've hit a 0 deficit on a single player game, you can just trade with the AI. But if you go in multiplayer and you start hitting bankruptcy, there's no one will let you out of there. That's
exactly.
That's your own problem, and everyone's going to laugh very hard continually.
Yeah.
For a very long period of time.
Yeah, and they're going to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. I mean, it decimates your empire. It's absolutely atrocious when it happens. Right, I've got the statue Dentor. Very nice.
You've got all these great troops, and then they start, quitting your army because you can't afford to keep them up anymore.
This is where I wish I was playing France. I could just use my projects and get loads of tourism.
Oh, the Magnificence, Catherine.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be a lot of fun.
She's a lot of fun. She really is. All right, cultists. Here we go. Recruiting followers from city-states. They won't mind. Well, if they do mind, they don't have enough, voice to actually say anything about it. So, I was going to bring my heroes back. Hold on, did I? Don't have enough. Oh, no, that's what I was going to do. Right, I forgot to upgrade my religion. At no point in this game have I given myself a tier 3 building in my holy sites.
Oh, no.
That was a bit of a mistake. Never mind. Right. We are here. We are building railways. Where can I build? Oh, you've got so many troops. I can't put any of my railways down. I'm blockaded.
That just feels like it shouldn't be a thing.
I know. But hey, that's good. Look at that. We've got all of your empire connected up to the front line now.
Things should get a bit clearer here in a moment because I'm going to start putting things into cores, which I love. I love this system in Civ 6 with this combining units thing because I like the single unit per tile idea that they implemented in this game, but it gives you a feeling of those old stacks of doom from previous iterations. Yeah,
totally agree. I quite like the sort of the 3 level to it as well. When you do get an army in, it feels like a special achievement, which is quite nice. The only problem I find with it is that the AI just seems to be able to pick it up so quickly. Before you know it, they've got warrior. Oh my goodness, it's warrior armies. It seems to be a thing sometimes on games. You won't see them for ages, and then you'll see about 500 games with them.
Oh, that was another thing I forgot to mention earlier about the great merchants. Can be handy on a domination push because you'll occasionally get some amenities, which is good to kind of offset the war weariness there. Or just play as Alexander.
Yeah. I don't think war weariness when the game came out was just this horrendously difficult thing. I mean, it was crippling, and then I swear they decided against it, and it hasn't been the same since. Like, you do get war weariness, but it doesn't seem to be empire ending. Like, it'll be an inconvenience because you'll find a city stop growing, and you go, oh, it's because it's got -8 war weariness. Fine, I kind of
it doesn't seem near as damaging. How did you feel about the addition of the loyalty system? Because when it was added, I really like the idea of your people will be happier if they're closer to the rest of your empire. I really like the idea of loyalty as they implemented it in the game. But a lot of people have difficulty with combat because of the loyalty and keeping cities. So, like, what do you think about the system? How did you feel about it being added?
I think I really liked it personally. It stopped that AI, border gore by settling that city that was like right between 3 of your cities, and you just were missing a tile from the middle. I remember from Civ 5 being so like painful on that one. But I think there could be more mechanism to actually put some stuff in for combat. Like, I'm thinking, you've taken a city, you've occupied it. There maybe is probably a way that you could, like, military occupy it with a troop or something. If you've got a troop garrisoned in, you can shut the city down. So it's not going to give you any output at all, but it gives itself, like, +5 loyalty or something to try and hold it for a little bit. And maybe that gets less and less effective the more turns you've held it. But or maybe generates war weariness for you or something. But there should be a way, I think, that you could more manually keep hold of conquested cities in some cases, but generally speaking it just adds an element of interest to it, because you've got to think, right, I'm taking 3 cities on a border, but one has 20 pop and the other 2 have 15. I've got to take the 20 pop one first, otherwise I can't hold on to it. It's just would be too much. I mean, it makes combat in Dark Ages brutal, absolutely brutal.
But it makes Golden Ages in the Dramatic Ages mode so satisfying. Watching people flip out of existence, yeah.
And I am a fully fledged democracy. Isn't that exciting?
So proud of you and your liberty.
Liberty. I think I've actually built the Statue of Liberty as well. I don't know why. I think it was there.
Your Wonder game is really very good.
I have not been helping with the war at all. I really have let the side down on that one.
See, you finally... See, because you usually play Deity, you got an opportunity to build wonders today, and you thought, you know what? That's all I'm going to do.
No, I couldn't resist. It was too much. No, it's been great. Just, as I say, taking it from a slightly different perspective. Oh, look, the Torre de Belém. You see, I would never put that. Let's do it. I mean, all my cities are on the same continent, so it's not going to give me anything, but I'll do it. Dear, dear, dear. Oh, here we go. So again, I've just got these cultists that are all just stood around city-states, just trying to produce relics for me, which is quite funny. I always forget to get the relics. It's like the main core component of the Voidsinger rush, and I just always forget it. Right, let's have a seaside railway. That sounds incredible. And evangelize belief. What have we still got? I could get a defender of the faith. Very nice. Stupid. Oh, let's get stupid. Why not? Don't have enough amenities.
That relic game is a lot of fun as Sweden, if you've never tried it. With as Christina. Just because that theming comes in really handy.
With the I'm thinking St. Basil's Cathedral.
Well, that would be fantastic, yeah.
Okay, we should be going again. Professional sports. Building ski resorts. Oh, yes, and aquatic centres. Oh, I tell you what, one of the joys has been Canada. The revised Canada and just...
Oh, it's so good!
Map. Oh, they're brilliant. They are ridiculously good. So good. It's nuts.
I love Dramatic Ages. I know I'm the minority, but I love it.
I do as well. Have you tried the Endless Australia Liberation play on Dramatic Ages?
I think I did that sometime after it came out. After Dramatic Ages came out, I really wanted to play, Byzantium and Gaul quickly. But yeah, it was kind of absurd. And, I'm, of course, Georgia is so tied to the era score system, but somehow they're less fun on Dramatic Ages than normal, to me. Somehow, but Australia, yeah, is a really good time because you're just drowning in production the entire game.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and especially because you can just keep liberating things, and then any grievance penalty you've got is just totally gone. So you just have all of this diplomatic favour, and no one hates you at all. It's so much fun. I think I had a big game with them, and I ended up taking over about 100 cities just purely because nobody would ever give me any grievances because I was sat around this one continent there. I had no hope of holding on to any of the cities, or nobody did. Just liberating. Oh, Rome doesn't have walls. Oh dear.
Isn't that something?
That is just awful.
Trying to keep all of my people off the roadways here.
It's okay. I don't think the railway is going to be very useful because I think you've done it all. I love it. I thought I'd have a chance for the culture victory, but no, you're too quick.
Here we go. So this is I was just. It's funny. We were just talking about the the ComHub projects and the great merchants, I just got one. Spilsbury, who gives amenities, just like I was talking about.
Nice.
You know, and it's for for an enemy. See now who's pronouncing for bibs. For amenities doesn't seem like a lot, or can sometimes seem inconsequential, but they all add up. You know, just they really do add up.
Yeah, I mean amenities are just so good. I never play tall. And now I'm playing tall, I'm having a look around. Every single one of my cities is on +7 amenities. And that between... I've got Kilwer as well. That and the modifiers from amenities. I think all my cities are on +45 or +50% bonuses. Which
it makes you feel like you're doing something right, you know?
It really does. It really does. We're nowhere near a science victory. It's just ridiculous. And diplomacy. And you've still got your trebuchet in Lahore. I love that.
I sure do.
So much fun.
I sure do. Yeah, I think that they've made a lot of good changes to tall play. It feels a lot better now than it did before. I don't think that it's, as viable as it was in Civilization 5, but it does feel better now.
Yeah.
I like that they've done that a lot.
If you go tall, you're always going to have a good game. I think going wide is more risky because there's a chance that you might not. Railways should be better. I've had this argument on Discord a lot, a huge amount. But the railways should be able to do things. I think railways should easily give tourism to cities, like a sort of 10%, 15% bonus to tourism if it's connected to your capital.
I would love that.
Or like just like an amenity, maybe like +1 amenity if it's connected to your capital, or even if it was just a little bit of gold. Like, they bring in the static gold per turn for monopolies. Like if you've got a monopoly, then you get like 10 gold per turn, or 20 if it's a better one. Just 5 gold per turn or something if your capital's connected to another city via a railway or something. Easily do that.
I think that there are bonuses, and you can feel them, but it just doesn't quite yet feel worth the investment. Yeah.
The only really fun strategy with railways that is irreplaceable is when you do a logistics fueled railway placement strategy when you're going for a domination win. So you have the railways going down alongside your tanks, so that you can just move your things in. Oh, you've actually got the Nihang units. Oh, that's exciting.
I do, yeah. It's something else to use my faith for. I haven't actually yet been able to use one to do any work yet. But they do 85 damage to Rome right now, and that's a single unit. That's not a core.
That's nuts.
And that's before Crusade.
Hang on, right? We've got stadiums now. This is exciting news. Let's stick this in. I didn't have enough amenities, I think. I've got +8 in my capital right now. And now I've got +11 and then +13 amenities. Now,
I love that you love military engineers so much, because a lot of other creators don't feature them as much. It's nice to have you just, keeping that flag for the military engineers going.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you have to. There are some very, very good railway strategies. They tend to be a lot of them are domination, but there's a lot of joy with putting down great people with them as well, like artists and things. Just helps you to cycle through your empire.
I agree, because especially with great artists, I will, instead of swapping artwork later, I will move my artists from city to city before I trigger them.
Yeah.
And because it helps you get that theming faster, right, than waiting until each work of art has unlocked and you can move it again.
Yeah,
and the railroads can help with that a lot. Rome went Hermetic Order, it would seem.
They've got a ley line somewhere that you can see.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the Alchemical Society here, but I also think I see a ley line. Might just be a volcano tile.
Well, they've got the Giant's Causeway as well, so they should be sending you pretty mean troops.
And yet they are not. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I love it. I love it. Let's go for water park in that lake. Is it worth it?
You know, funny enough, it's through this mountain pass that I actually need a railroad. I think I'm gonna have to go by sea.
I'll be with you momentarily. It's what I'm born to do.
Can I put in a requisition order for one of your world's famous Ursa engineers, please?
They are trained in a mountain monastery. They frequently don't eat for days, just visualizing railways endlessly. It's very, very intense. Hang on, where are we? Let's go over to here. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what they're doing right now. Come on, back into a line, into line formation. There we go. Right, here they come. There is... Oh, no, the other one is decided to run way off. I don't know where he's going. So they're building. They will get that in 2 turns, I reckon.
Movement for these railways is just mental.
Oh,
I love it.
It is. It's... Once you have it, you know, you can't not have it next game. You'll be building railways yourself.
Were you successful in trying to build a railroad all the way around the Mediterranean? Did you do it?
Oh, with my Dido game, I did.
Yeah.
Oh well,
nice.
No, I think I missed 1 or 2 tiles, but it was more user error than it was like lack of doing it. I think so. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it as a win.
I think that's fair.
I don't know if other people would agree with that, but I think sometimes you get the spirit of the challenge, and I feel like I won the spirit, so that's fine. Refining. Where was I even going? Refining. I don't even know. That's not even towards the bio. Oh no, it is towards the biosphere. Okay, fine. That'll be why.
Well, Rome has finally found their brains. Nahang attacking with 92 against a 34 strength crossbowman there, which is not too shabby. I think
so is
I'm
that
going
because
to be...
you bought them in a city with military encampment?
Well, the way those work, right, is the first time you build those buildings in your encampment, their strength automatically goes up no matter where you purchase them. So it's like that's their base strength improvement. I think it's the barracks and the military academy. So they've got like 3 tiers of strength, if I remember correctly. I guess I could look in the tooltips, but so right now, you know, their base strength is 70, which is pretty good.
That's insane.
It is not too shabby, but when you start stacking everything else, you know, they're attacking for above 90, which is pretty wild.
So they count as melee as well, don't they? For purposes of Gaul improvement.
Yeah, so that works, yeah. Which just feels slightly like cheating, but
God, your army is just magnificent. It's just this long, sprawling thing. Wonderful
well,
stuff.
thank you. It feels a little clunky to me, honestly, but what you gotta do. It's this one little mountain pass here, you know, that's otherwise I would feel fine about. Why? Like, I have all these troops that I have to keep pulling back because every time the computer takes the game away from us, they just upset all of our plans. Honestly, that's an added level of difficulty that I think viewers should respect.
Yeah.
You know, what would you do if all of a sudden the AI came and changed all your game around?
Yeah, it really is. It's absolutely terrifying every time it happens. Hang on, I'm just building fiercer squares now.
I love this wild encampment of barbarians just north of your empire that has just like they've made this pocket of mountains their happy little home.
Yeah. And
seem content just to exist there.
I feel like, who am I to stop them from living their best lives? So if they want to do it, that's fine. That's totally fine. As long as they don't come down south. As soon as they come through that mountain pass, then the guns come out and it gets very messy. But
they seem to be content to bother me right now. They've been particularly interested in my capital and my very famous city of 4 Erascore.
Okay, sorry, I've almost moved everything now. That is you, and then Hercules can't quite kill steel. but it's not for lack of trying.
Oh, Hercules finally cut his teeth.
I know, but it was more of him just falling over and smacking his face against rock than it was anything. Right, I'm up to 300 tourism now, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Rome it seems to have lost about 20 garrison strength. I don't know how it's done it, but it has.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it had a pike and shot in there at one point, and then it replaced it with a weaker unit.
Oh no, they've even got tornadoes in their lands now. Oh, there goes Hamburg. Oh, Pride and Prejudice. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was brutal. Somehow, though, the city is not sieged. Just one tile. One tile that you haven't quite been able to get to. Right. You wait there. Oh, Spearman. God, I have some very old units here. They've survived a long time in this game.
You also have some fantastic trade routes, which are keeping me alive.
We've gone for the Wisselbank and democracy combo here.
It's so good.
Quite well.
It's always so good. Oya has just gotten to the party.
Oh, yeah.
I think this game is going to end next turn, but she's here. We'll see.
I actually can't get into the mountain pass because you've clogged it up with your bodies. It's
well, you know what? I am nothing if not thorough.
Exactly.
See if I can. Oh no, I can't move. Bum.
It's all right. It's all right. It's I tried. You know what? Actually, have I not unlocked mountain passes yet? No, I haven't. Oh, chemistry's all the way up here. Too busy beelining. Terrible stuff. And you've ruined my culture victory by taking Germany out as well. That's another.
Yes.
I think I had 4 or 5 tourists with them.
Oh, what a terrible accident that just happened. What a terrible accidental thing for me to have done. I
know. What could I do? What can I do? Oh, Rome. I just watched that all in sped up. And Rome looks pretty injured now. I don't know how that's still alive. I don't know. Just wait, the wall will be built next turn just to really
I don't know if there's any better positioning I could have done to get it down on that turn, but I don't know. Maybe I hit in the wrong order, but yeah, it's somehow still standing.
No, you've done pretty well, to be fair. What are we doing here? Was I anywhere close to getting tourism victory? No, not really. I needed a lot more tourism than what I ended up having, but that's okay. I feel like we did ourselves proud.
If I had been playing anybody but Gaul, you might have had it, because I have 200 culture just by existing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm generating enough culture to keep myself relevant. I've got a couple theater squares, that's about it. The rest of it is just being Gaul, you know? And that 200 per turn just might be enough defense to act on you. I'm not sure.
It's not helping in terms of my victory. It's based off Rome.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's the thing. It's based on the fact there should be 3 people in the game for me to plunder. And there's only 1
gone,
now,
yeah.
So exactly. So it makes it more difficult. Like if I managed to liberate a city, for instance, like if we were at war, then suddenly all those tourists would come back, and I might have a chance. But I'd say St. Basil's Cathedral was going to make it interesting because I had 2 turns until that, and I've got a bunch of relics that are being pimped up by the Christo Redentor, which I managed to pick up as well. So that would have been a fun combo. Maybe I should have gone for reliquaries as well. That could have been fun.
Oh, that would have been great, yeah. Although
Hindsight.
Yeah, right. Isn't that always the way?
It is. Jesuit education was a really... it's always much more better, much better than you think it's going to be. Every turn.
Right. Ryan, they actually did it. They got the walls up. this
Oh
turn.
my goodness. I'm so proud of them.
They actually did it.
Well, you've just managed to blow half of the walls off in one bombard. So if you don't get this, there will be serious judgment. Put it that way. I'm just gonna sit here and watch until Rome is taken. Hang on, let's get flight. Why not? Actually, oh my god, I didn't have flight this whole time. You done it?
One hit. Oh yeah, the one hit wonder.
Bam. Oh man, that was good fun. I really enjoyed that.
Well, we have corrected some history today.
We most certainly
The day
did.
Gaul took over Rome.
Scourge of Rome indeed. And now we get to look at the most interesting graphs ever, such as total religions founded. A very interesting graph.
Yes.
Germany
I
actually
want to
got
see.
one right at the end.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
bad.
gonna take a look at your units killed.
Oh, let's have a look at that. Oh no, I did something. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4 kills. There you go. Never say I don't do anything. I'm pretty proud of player culture. Now this is my. That was a
you should
good
be.
game. I hadn't even got. I think I had 8 suzerains at the end of that, and I didn't have the card in that multiplied from that. So
Yeah,
I think
I think your culture and wonder game is really, really strong. You're about, let's see, you're 3 times me plus a little bit. You know,
managed to get 23 wonders in the end there.
Yeah,
which isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's you give a deity player Gaul and leave them alone to just free sim the entire game, you're going to get some pretty spectacular results.
I know. There was a moment I got Imhotep right at the beginning.
Oh wow,
he was
yeah.
one of the first engineers to drop, and I managed to get the mausoleum on the first drop for him. So I think he insta-built 3 wonders. And that's when I decided, you know what, I might as well just get culture, because this is just nuts.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
It was good.
Well, nicely done.
Hey,
that was a good time.
That was really, really good fun. We'll have to do this again sometime. That was very enjoyable.
Yeah, we absolutely should. We may have to ramp things up next time though, because I don't know if that was fair.
I've heard that maybe the next one is going to have to definitely be Scythia, Persia, some sort of can you kill Cyrus match. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think next time we'll conquer Greece. I think that's what we should do.
And a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Davalex, The Broccoli, and Midnight Oil for all of your support on Patreon, as well as everybody else who likes, subscribes, and follows. Thank you very much.